Hey there everyone and welcome back. So first off, I am putting together a very long video all about the Ibex 450, having to do with the accessories I put on the bike, the mods, the tweaks, just basically everything that I've done with the bike. But in the meantime, I thought I would share a little bit of news and some updates and some plans for 2026 with you all. Next month in February, I will be running my 5th Black Canyon 100K race. So this is just in 4 weeks now. Very excited about that. Actually, 3 weeks now. I'm feeling very fit. I've been running a lot. I ran a race last weekend as a tune-up race. And so I'm very hopeful that I can try to break 13 hours this year. That's my goal. That's sort of my A goal. Anything over that, I'll just be happy to have a good day and finish. Looking further into the future, I did get into one big race lottery this year. I got into the Bear 100, which is a 100-mile mountain trail race that happens sort of on the Utah-Idaho border. So this looks to be like a really good one. I've been wanting to do it for several years, and I finally threw my name in the lottery hat and got lucky. So that is my target race for the year, which will happen again in September. The other little big tidbit of news that I want to share with you all has to do with my planned summer ride. So as you know, every summer I like to get out on a motorcycle for a 5 to 8 day moto adventure tour. And I think I've got a pretty cool route planned for this year. So my plan is to start here in Flagstaff, as usual, head north up towards the Utah border near the Vermilion Cliffs, cut over as though I were going to Zion. But instead of going through Zion, I will cut up through Grand Staircase and Bryce Canyon, make my way up through central and western Utah, and then cross over into eastern Nevada, a place that I have never been. So I'm very excited. I've always wanted to explore the Great Basin National Park. And so what I'm going to do on that second day is I'm going to drive up the road to Wheeler Peak, which is the second highest point in Nevada, and I will hike Wheeler Peak. So that is my first target, is to summit Wheeler Peak at 13,064 feet. That'll be a fun mountainous climb. It's supposed to be a decent hike, not too technical or feisty, but will still be a butt kicker, I'm sure. Following my hike of Wheeler Peak, I'm going to continue northward in eastern Nevada up towards the Ruby Mountains, where I'll work my way around this pass and come in from the west up this amazing glacial valley here, the Lamoille Valley, I think it's what it's called. It's a beautiful scenic ride up this road. At least that's the way it looks on Google Street View. And then I'm going to just explore up here at the upper part of the valley, check out this island lake, which looks awesome. Cool trail going up to it. Maybe explore these lakes down here, get the drone out, just have all sorts of fun in this very remote mountain range. Then we'll take off from there and start making our way east across Utah, where I plan to stop at the Bonneville Flats and do some riding out on the Salt Flats. Always wanted to do that on the bike. Continue across the city through Salt Lake and make my way over to southwestern Wyoming, where I will come back into Utah, into the Uintas, at the Henry's Fork Trailhead, which is the trailhead for the highest point in Utah, Kings Peak, which is one that I have not climbed yet. So I am planning to summit the highest point in Utah at 13,528. Also supposed to be a really awesome climb. Looking forward to it. It's been on my list for a while. One of the few state high points I have left. We will then leave that after hiking the summit, make our way around the Uintas and down through eastern Utah, past the Book Cliffs and that really awesome area, come in through Dinosaur. I can't remember if it's a park or a monument, but really cool visitor center there. Make my way across western Colorado, all the way through Aspen, past the beautiful high peaks near the Maroon Bells. Again, no trip would be complete without going through Colorado again. Make my way over Independence Pass, down past Leadville and the Sawatch Range, and ultimately end up back down in Crestone at the base of the Sangre de Cristos. If you're curious why I want to go back to the Sangre de Cristos and specifically Crestone, well, a rather interesting development has come to my attention. So last year, you might recall my glorious video where I finally summited the last of the 14ers in Colorado, finishing on both Capitol and Snowmass Mountains, two of the most difficult of the entire 58. I celebrated, I pumped my fists in the air, I sat on the side of the trail weeping like a baby at my completion of my 14-year journey to summit all the 14ers, only to discover 3 months later that due to a resurvey, that Crestone Peak is no longer the high point in its group, meaning I have to now go back to Crestone Peak and summit East Crestone Peak, which is a sub-peak of Crestone, which is actually 4 inches taller. So in order to actually finish the Crestones and all the 14ers, I will need to resummit Crestone Peak, and instead of turning left to Crestone, I have to turn right 50 feet or 100 feet or whatever that is and top out on East Crestone, something that I never did when I first summited Crestone 4 years ago. So a little bit frustrating, but also, hey, gives me an excuse to go back and rehike Crestone, which is one of my favorite 14ers. So of course I'm going to do it. After that, I will finally leave and make my way all the way back to Flagstaff, going through one of my favorite parts of southern Colorado, Pagosa Springs, Durango, through Four Corners, and down through Navajo Nation. So that is the plan, everyone. There's a chance in that tour I might actually have to stop in Denver at the Ice Core Lab to do some work. I don't know yet, but that at least is the tentative plan. So I just thought you guys were going to get a kick out of my scheming and planning here for the summer. So that's the update. There's lots more to update you on, but I wanted this video to stay pretty short. So I'm going to sign off, and I'll have that Ibex video out very soon. Take care, everyone. See you in the next video.